Primary power offline. Hyperdrive offline. Multiple hull breaches detected. Proximity alert. The Ebon Hawk is adrift in space after a terrible battle. Most of its crew are dead or dying. You lie in the medical room in critical condition. You won't survive long without medical attention. The hyperdrive is damaged. Main power must be restored in order to bring the engines online and dock with the nearby Paragus mining station for much-needed repairs. Your fate, and that of the Ebon Hawk, depend upon T3M4, a lone astromech droid. Return to this location at any time to skip the prologue. Press WASD to move T. This is the galaxy. You have new quests. To view your quests, open the game menu. This room contains the class field cylinder and the communications console. To target one of these objects, you will come across many containers, some of which will be to open this footlocker. However, you can use your weapon to back. This old woman appears to be dead. There is a key card on the body that looks like it opens a locker somewhere. You can hear a banging noise coming from the other side of the door to this storage compartment. The door is sealed. Your security skill is too low to open this. If you need help exploring the Ebon Hawk, access the map screen by pressing M. This is the end. This lift will take you to the outer. This is the garage. med pack. Success. This is the cargo hold. Talking to other characters is much like using a computer console in the cockpit. Note that some responses may influence how. Furthermore, certain skills, powers, and attributes may. Sensor droids emerge from this box when you opened it. These droids will make for excellent target practice. Use the weapon from this container. You can equip a weapon from the equip screen. To open the equip screen, click on the blaster icon in the top. T3 and 4 must equip a blaster before attacking the sensor droids. To open the equip screen, click on the blaster icon in the top right. Change your target by pressing or left-click on the object you want to target. To attack an enemy, left-click is a good word defeating the sensor droids. To continue combat training, open the metal box again, and more sensor droids will appear. Use the keycard you found to open the locker. The impact armor. This locker can be equipped on the equip screen. To open the equip screen, click on the blaster icon. The lock on this container is too difficult to open. You'll need to use a security tunneler to help open the lock. If you encounter a difficult lock on a container or door, you can use a security. 3CFD is malfunctioning. If you repair 3CFD, he can join your party. Success! You have fixed 3CFD. Now he will join your party. CFD is now a member of your party. To change which party member you control, click on their portrait or press Tab. This blast door is magnetically sealed and cannot be opened. This is the main hold. You can use this lift. This is the main hold. Your security's Sometimes bashing or blowing open a container will break some of the items in. You can use this. busted engine port has some needed parts for the Ebon Hawks. This open hatch has some parts that will be useful for getting main power restored. These exposed wires can... Success. Don't forget to explore the other side of the The bubbles ahead indicate mines that you've detected. Approach mines carefully. They will blow up and damage you. Recovering mines requires a higher... You can use the explosive device in this missile to blow open the engine room door inside the Ebon Hawk. This will give you access to the hyperdrive. After you plant a mine, back away quickly. You can use the... This is... This is the engine room. The port engine is shut down, but appears the starboard engine is badly damaged. Fixing it won't... The hyperdrive is suffering. However, you should be able... Success. The hyperdrive is online. Primary power is restored. Only one step remains. The starboard engine is badly damaged. Fixing it won't be possible until after docking with the Pelagus line. This is the garage. To access the area beyond this door, you will have to use solo. This is the main hold. This blast door is magnetically sealed and cannot be opened. This is the garage. To access the area beyond this door, you will have to use default B. Click the solo mode button at the bottom right area. This is the garage. To access the area beyond this door, you will have to use solo mode default. Click the solo mode button at the bottom right area of the screen. While in solo mode, this is the garage. This is the main hall. These sparking wires. This is a workbench. With a workbench, you can break down objects. Because of the damage to the Ebon Hawk, use the workbench to break down the items you've found into components. Then found a droid flamethrower. This is one of the special weapons that droids can use. This blast door is magnetically... This is the garage. This is the cockpit. You can now plot a... There is someone, or something, else alive on the Ebon Hawk.
Awaken.
Still examining the survivors of the damaged freighter. Looks like it goes by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Only one survivor, placed in the colto tank for recovery. The carbon scoring on the vessel suggests it was in a battle, but no indication of who fired on it. Couldn't get much from the Nava computer. I'm surprised the ship was able to make it inside the Paragus asteroid field without the asteroid drift charts. Aside from the lone survivor, we recovered an old woman. No life signs. There was also a protocol droid and a utility droid on board. Sent both down to maintenance while security sorts through the other items on the ship. It looks like the utility droid, a T3 unit, was able to get the ship working enough to get to the colony. We're prepared to... Could be a Jedi, but we won't know for sure until we get the transmission back from the Republic. If the survivor is a Jedi, that would account for the recovery rate. But I'm more concerned that a Jedi here may cause trouble. Some of the miners, especially Corta, are already Another accident today. A detonation in the ventilation tunnels. If the lockdown measures hadn't activated, the whole facility would have been destroyed. Got most of the injured to the colto tanks in time, but the rest had to go to the morgue. One of the wounded said a droid caused the accident, but we couldn't get any specifics. Minors about the Jedi. A number of the droids have been acting oddly, and not even memory wipes seem to be fixing the problem. There was a detonation in another one of the fuel vents the droids were working in. We deactivated several of them and moved them down to maintenance, but we're still treating the plasma burns. That cuts us down to almost half shifts, and with the droids malfunctioning, we may not make the Tilo shipment for this month. Fortunately, the detonation didn't cause a lockdown.
Warning, there has been a fuel detonation in the mining tunnels. Emergency lockdown commencing. All personnel report to quarters and prepare for emergency venting countermeasures.
No! If the ventilation systems are malfunctioning, evacuate the medical bay! Everyone evacuate!
Find what you're looking for amongst the dead? Yes, I had hoped as much. I slept here too long and could not awaken. It may be I reached out unconsciously, and your mind must have been a willing one, or perhaps you have been trained for such things. Close to death. Yes, closer than I'd like. You have the smell of the Kolto tank about you. How do you feel? I am Kreia, and I am your rescuer, as you are mine. Tell me, do you recall what happened? Your ship was attacked. You were the only survivor, a result of your Jedi training, no doubt. Your stance, your walk tells me you are a Jedi. Your walk is heavy. You carry something that weighs you down. So it would seem. Keep your past and let us focus on the now. I do not know. I was removed from the events of the world as I slept. A survey of the surroundings may provide the answers we seek. The ship we arrived in must still be in this place. We should recover it and leave. We were attacked once, and I fear our attackers will not give up the hunt so easily. Without transport, weapons, and information, they will find us easy prey indeed. I do not know. Why did they spare you? Indeed, a Jedi trance could protect one from such poisons. In fact, the sedatives may have been intended to keep you unconscious for some time. It would prove lethal to those untrained in such techniques, however. Most curious. And so do you. Perhaps we could discuss it at length later on. Now we have other concerns, among them finding our new enemy. I leave you to the explorations of this place. Here I will remain and attempt to center myself.
Emergency lockdown overridden. Emergency lockdown is in effect. Turbolifts have been sealed.
This is the exit, but it is sealed. Strange. In my visions, it was open.
Is this thing on? All right, all hands, especially you, Corda, listen up, because I'm not gonna say this again. The next one of you Juma heads to try and smuggle a blaster, or so help me, any sort of military-grade frag weapons into my facility is gonna take a long walk out the airlock. Why? Because in case you forgot, Paragian fuel explodes at high temperatures. That's what blasted that chunk out of Paragus 2 and created this asteroid field. So if I catch any of you with anything other than sonic charges or mining lasers, I'll burn you and your contract. Security out. And according to one of the miners, it was because one of the sonic charges went off prematurely. And like before, it was one set by a mining droid. The three idiots were grouped so close to the charge it might as well have been a grenade going off. The blast turned their bones to dust. The blast wrecked the internal components of the droid that set the charge, though, so we can't even dissect it to see what happened. I don't like what's going on here. Ever since that Jedi showed up, things are getting worse. It's not just Corda and his miners, or the fights, but now the droids are acting crazy. If we don't find what's causing this, or who, this facility's gonna be space dust by the time the next Telos freighter arrives. So, you're in maintenance. Then maybe you can tell me what's going on with these droids.
Sir, I don't know. It's like their behavior cores are undergoing binary decay, but I can't find the source. This shouldn't be happening.
Well, that's reassuring. It isn't happening. So the next time we nearly have a breach in the ventilation tunnels, I could just close my eyes and pretend it's my imagination. You better give me some answers. I want to know the damage these droids can do if they start mining us instead of asteroid rock.
Sir, these droids aren't combat models. Their mining lasers are weaker and less accurate than blasters. I doubt those droids could even hit one of us.
Are you blind? What about the miners in Medbay? It's sabotage, and it started right after the commander said we weren't going to sell the Jedi to the exchange. So I want you to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. That'll tell me who's trying to clear a path to get that Jedi off the facility and stop him. In the meantime, make sure the security's armed with all the ion and sonic charges you can find. If those droids start coming after me, I'm gonna need more than low-grade mining lasers to take them down. Clear?
Yes, sir. Maintenance control out.
Idiot. I installed an override switch to shut down any droids on this level, just in case someone locks me out of the administration console. As added insurance, I tied the override switch into the circuit to the holding cell door. It'll make sure it can only be opened if all droids in the level are shut down. I doubt Corda or any of his men have the skill to pull off something like this, but I'm not taking any chances while we're sitting in the middle of this asteroid minefield. Whoever's responsible won't be able to have the droids rescue him after I lock him up. Nothing will cut through that door. He'll be trapped. I secured the stealth field generator inside one of the footlockers in the security storage room. If If I have the specs right, the interface field should be effective against the droid's sensors. All I need to do is equip the belt, and some skill with stealth in order to use it. As long as I don't get too close to the droids, they shouldn't detect me. If any more droids start malfunctioning, the belt should buy me enough time to get to the override switch I set up in the communications blister console. I'd rather shut them down than destroy them. I want to find out how these droids are being sabotaged, maybe even turn them against whoever's sabotaging them.
Be careful. There is much energy in the room beyond, yet it stems from nothing that lives. Can you not sense them? Reach out. Cast aside your sight. Cast aside what you see, and instead reach out with your perceptions. Ah, you can feel them. The droids you cannot perceive, but the small oscillations of energy, that you can feel, echoing outwards. Ah, you hear it. It is faint, but it is there. It is the Force you feel. It has not been so long as for you to forget. Do not turn away from it. Listen. Feel it echoing within you. Come, I shall guide you down the familiar paths. You will need it if we are to survive and escape this place. Yes? What have you found? I do not know. Why did they spare you? Indeed, it would prove lethal.